Honorable Seki.
Yes.
Ki.
Yes. I'm already outstanding. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Let me take this opportunity to congratulate the committee for the good work done. I want to say thank you so much because you've made this Senate today proud. And we want to say thank you so much for even being brief, Chair, for bringing very few issues. The issues that has been raised against the governor were very few, and I think you've also brought it very clear. And you've been very clear to this Senate that the issues were not really something that can make this governor out of his our office. I want to say thank you for the governor of Meru. As a Senator of Kajiado, I want to congratulate you once again being elected, and I want to say that please take the issues that has been raised by the committee. I really follow the proceedings, and I happen to hear Mheshimiwa Senator Paris advising even you on how you should also take it up in future. Please take those recommendations and advice very keenly. Try to observe them, because it is not very good, again, to come here again. It will not be a very good thing, again, to come to this Senate again. Try to observe the recommendations by the committee, and I think going forward, we will see a good county, we will see a consultative county. All leaders that has been elected.
Senator Hamida.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I also want to echo my colleagues. I want to appreciate our very able chair, led by Senator for the good work. Well done. We are really proud of you. To Her Excellency Governor Kawira, you've been given another lease of life, more or less. It should not be the end of anything, but just the beginning of everything. To the MCAs, to the Meru County, kindly support Governor Kawira. I am sure this time she has learnt a lesson, and she will work with you. Asante. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Cheptumo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to also appreciate the committee for doing a good job. Mr. Speaker, I served with the governor when she was the women rep for Meru. And Mr. Speaker, I would like to thank this committee because Mr. Speaker, Article 181 sets out the grounds on which we can impeach a governor. It was important for the committee, Mr. Speaker, to apply those principles of law on the allegations made against the governor. This House, Mr. Speaker, shall continue to stand firm and to uphold the law. So, Pongesi, Honorable Kalwala and your team. Mr. Speaker, life is about learning. Mr. Speaker, leadership is about challenges. I would like to call upon the governor that, Madam Governor, for the last several days, you've gone through a process, listening to allegations made against you by your MCAs and leaders. You are a bishop. Yesterday, you made very clear comments in your closing remarks, and you spoke about you will forgive, and you will listen, and you are prepared to sit down with the other leaders. I want to call upon you that is the way to go, because those who elected the senator, the governor, the women rep, the MCAs are the very great people of Meru County. You need to unite them so that we are able to move. Mr. Speaker, I want to agree that we need to look at the laws on impeachment. Is the 10 days, Mr. Speaker, for the committee to retreat, if you are to have one, enough? I believe it was not enough. That is why the team had to stay long, and
Senator Montet Batuli Beatty.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for giving me that opportunity to also join my colleagues in congratulating the very able committee, which did a good job. They sacrificed, they sat down for hours. We are proud of you, and you've made Kenya proud. Thank you. Mr. Speaker, sir, I just want to say that we are happy as women today and urge Her Excellency, the Governor, to, by her own words, to please take it up. It's a second chance. Let her show the nation that women can also lead. The other thing, Mr. Speaker, I would want to say is, could this House look at the issue of the roles of the first husbands and the first ladies, so that in future this conflict can be sorted out? Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, and congratulations, Madam, Your Excellency.
Senator Wamatenga.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, sir, for giving this opportunity. I would also want to kick it off by congratulating the committee for the job well done. They've done this House a lot of proud. Senator Khalware and the other 10 members, thank you very much. Mr. Speaker, sir, coming from a county that experienced some attempt to impeach the first governor of Nyeri County, 5 years down the line, there was nothing that was delivered to the people of Nyeri. Mr. Speaker, sir, my request to the governor of Meru County and the leadership of Meru County, it is the high time that they sit together as leaders and realize that they were voted into office to work for the people of Meru. The pulling and pushing, Mr. Speaker, sir, it will lead us to waste 5 years in Nyeri County. It would be unfortunate if the county were to take the same path. Mr. Speaker, sir, we are all leaders chosen by the same people to make sure that we serve them. As stated before, Mr. Speaker, sir, we do not necessarily need to love each other, but we must get a formula of working as leaders, and most importantly, and I heard that repeatedly said during the committee sessions, in the name of Jesus Christ, we must be able to work together. I think this is the spirit that should bind the people of Meru together. They find a working formula among the governor, the executive, the MCAs, and all other elected leaders, so that they can move the county, the great county of Nyeri, forward. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Senator Manzo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity once again. Mr. Speaker, I really want to congratulate the committee, and would like to say that, Mr. Speaker, Parliament, and for that matter, Senate, is forever wise. And I really want to thank Honorable Boni Alwale for his leadership in this matter. And, you know, you have shown to the country that devolution is important and it must be protected. Mr. Speaker, like this in Makueni, when Makueni went through this, we wasted a lot of time on unnecessary things and in development that particular time when we had a similar situation. So for Meru have to learn from our experience and the political events which followed then, and the participants of this particular event were very nasty. And I believe things are going to be different in Meru. I really want to wish the people of Meru well. I want to wish them peace, reconciliation, and that they can put their great county together and things will work well. And finally, I really want to wish the people of Meru, people of Makueni, and the people of Kenya Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Senator Mandago.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, let me speak to two things, Mr. Speaker, on matters impeachment. One, Mr. Speaker, I think it will be important for this Honourable House to follow on its own recommendations where it has been made in past impeachment, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, there is need to amend Standing Order number 82 that gives only 10 days to the committee. Mr. Speaker, for any committee to do a more serious work in terms of reporting, there will be need to do that. Two, Mr. Speaker, I want to say that matters impeachment over governor are not gender matters. And Mr. Speaker, we get completely disappointed when they are looked in the eyes of gender. We are looking at a governor who has been elected and a serving governor. Mr. Speaker, I want to ask that in all leadership status, Mr. Speaker, we have to respect all leaders regardless of their cadre, whether they are MCAs, whether they are members of parliament. And I would strongly recommend, Mr. Speaker, that this House looks into making a unified law that enables counties to have ward development fund. And the mistaken perception that MCAs will be responsible for these funds is actually not true. It is the executive who actually use the funds to implement, but the members of county assembly are given opportunity, being the grassroots leaders who represent the people of those wards, to bring the requests of their citizens to the executive, and having a fund that is close to the ward level, Mr. Speaker, then enables the executive to respond to the needs of the residents of the wards who are also residents of that county, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, going into the future, we need to expedite the
Senator, your time is up. Senator Eddie Okech.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Just like my leader in the party, Secretary General Sifuna, Senator Sifuna, I want to thank this House for giving us the opportunity to be able to be in this committee and to examine and investigate the issues that were raised from the County Assembly of Meru. And I want to thank you for the trust you put in us. And I hope that in that spirit, we will be putting trust in each other for whichever committee opportunity we are given. Lastly, I wanted to be able to register, Mr. Speaker, that this House is established to protect the interests of counties and our county government. And those county governments are inclusive of both the county assembly as well as the executive. So I want to express that the notion that when issues of impeachment come to this place and in the executive way or the county way or the county doesn't mean that the House leans to one side, because impeachment issues are issues that are put by the constitutions as a tool of accountability in our counties. So I thank the team again for working together, and I hope that as a House we will stand very strong according to our responsibility under Article 96 to protect the interests of counties when they arise such as this. Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Robert.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Senator, nobody approaches the chair for seeking time to speak. We shall speak by the dashboard.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this chance, and even more importantly, for giving the House the opportunity to comment on this. I would like to take this opportunity very humbly, respectfully, advise, the governor of Meru to be humbled by the calling of leadership, to understand that calling is very weighty. As Swahili saying says, aliyekupa wewe kiti ndiye aliyenipa mimi kumbi. The same God that gave you that power of leadership is that same God that distributed other opportunities. Mine is to request you to be humbled by the calling of leadership, kindly get in touch with the leaders of Meru. Sit down together within the confines of the law and try and work with them. We have executed this impeachment process, and we believe that there's a lot that has been learned. And the Senate is here to advise you whenever you saw in terms of giving issues that are grey. Mine is to just say thank you very much to the House also for giving us this opportunity to undertake this responsibility on behalf of the House. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Faki.
Asante Mheshimiwa Spika kunipa fursa pia mimi kuchangia ripoti hii. Kwanza naipa kongole kamati iliongozwa na mpiganishaji mafahali ambao amefanya kazi nzuri na imeipa moyo bunge la Senate kwamba wanaweza kutenda haki kwa mtu yoyote ambaye atafikishwa mbele yake. Pili, Mheshimiwa Spika, ningependa si kumpongeza lakini kumtaka gavana ambaye yuko hapa mbele yetu, Gavana Kawira, na pia County Assembly kwamba hii si kwamba mmoja ameshinda na mwingine ameshindwa. Hii ni kwamba mumeweza kuletwa pamoja, mkazinduliwa kwamba mumechaguliwa kutumikia wananchi wa Meru na wa Kenya kwa jumla. Kwa hivyo hapa hakuna mshindi. Walioshindwa ni kwamba wananchi wa Meru wameweza kukosa huduma kwa muda wa miezi 4 sasa. Na Mheshimiwa Spika, kwenda mbele ni kwamba lazima tuangalie kama tunaweza kuirekebisha sheria ili kabla watu kwenda katika masuala ya kubanduliwa uongozini, impeachment, kuwe kuna taratibu ambazo zinafuatwa. Kwa mfano, waweze kupita katika ile kamati tume mnaitwa Intergovernmental Relations Committee. Waweze kwenda pale kwanza wajaribu kutatua matatizo yao kupitia mazungumzo na arbitration, wakishindwa ndio waende katika swala la mwisho la impeachment. Yaani hii swala la kubandulia mtu mamlakani ni kwa sababu mtu akibanduliwa hawezi tena kusimamia cheo chochote, hata baraza ya chifu pia hawezi kupata cheo. Hiyo ni silaha ya mwisho ambayo inaweza kutumika kumuondoa mtu mamlakani kwa masuala kama hayo. Kwa Mheshimiwa Spika, pia swala la unapobanduliwa mamlakani, yule deputy governor ama naibu governor pia hafai kuchukua nafasi ile, kwa sababu kwa sasa kwa mfano deputy governor wa Meru hajui amsupport governor wake ama aisupport.
Senator Matthew.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. First and foremost, I would want to round the Dr. Boni Halwale Red Committee. That was a job well done. On one of the days that we are doing investigations, I was with you here. You sat until I think past 1 in the night. That is a lot of commitment. We are proud that we gave you that opportunity, and we have the lessons. And even your own leadership, that was very good. Number 2, I also want to congratulate Governor Kawira that you have gotten an opportunity to go back to Meru. My only word would be that you go and serve the people of Meru. They voted for you overwhelmingly over 200,000 votes. Is quite a huge number, so I wish you well as you serve the people of Meru. Number 3 is that now that you are through with the legal challenge that was ahead of you, remains is a political challenge. I would want to ask you and beseech the man on my left, the Senator for Meru, that you provide leadership. You'd be doing a great disservice to the people of Meru if you'd spend the next 2, 3, 4, 5 months on a push and pull. I also want to ask our county assemblies that do not fear bringing impeachment and motions to and the petitions to the Senate. Bring them and we shall do justice, just as we did to the one that was brought by the County Assembly of Meru. It does not matter whether you take 2 or 3 months or whatever time, just bring it. We shall be able to unbundle it, unpack it for you, and see whether it was fit or not fit. That is part of our job, and we are well seized of that particular job. Finally, Mr. Speaker, I would want to say this, and it is for all of us as leaders. Dialogue and speaking at each other or to each other will and shall sort out most of the issues that...
Time is up. Senator Stewart Mazayo.
Asante Bwana Spika. Bwana Spika, kitu cha kwanza nataka kumpatia kongole ndugu yangu Boni Khalwale kwa kuongoza kamati ambayo ilikuwa inachunguza mambo haya. Kazi uliyoifanya ndugu yangu, ama mlioifanya nyinyi kama kamati, sisi sote tunapatia hongera. Cha pili Bwana Spika, nafikiria nataka kudirector ama kuongea na dada yetu Kawira. Kawira umepewa mamlaka na wananchi wa Meru. Ni lazima uangalie katika mamlaka yako unayoyatumia na utenda kazi wako, ni kwamba watu wa Meru ndio wanangoja hiyo kazi yako utakayoifanya ili waifurahie, kwa sababu wewe wamekuchagua kama kiongozi. Mambo ya kujipiga kifua na kusema kwamba wewe ndio kila kitu pale, tuiweke kando. Fanyia kazi watu wa Meru na ushirikiane. Hauwezi kuwa kiongozi kama gavana kama hautashirikiana na ma-MCAs wako. Ushirikiana na ma-MCAs wako ndio kutaleta maendeleo, na hayo maendeleo ndio natakana na watu wa Meru. Kwa hiyo dada yangu, mimi naweza kukuambia kitu kimoja. Weka kibri, weka kujidai, weka hivyo vitu vyako vyote ambavyo unafanya mpaka ma-MCAs hawataki kufanya kazi na wewe kando. Alafu utumikie watu wa Meru na kuwasaidia ma-MCA pia vile vile kuleta maendeleo katika maeneo yao. Hiyo ni usia wangu kwako, na umeponea chupu chupu. Waswahili husema umeponea chupu chupu, otherwise ungeona barabara ya kwenda nyumbani. Kwa hiyo sisi tu tunasema ya kwamba ufanye kazi na watendee kazi watu wa Meru. Asante Bwana Speaker.
The Honorable Chiranke.
Mr. Speaker, two quick observations. One is that, Mr. Speaker, many substantive issues were raised by the MCS, but fortunately it was closed over. Number two, we have today, in my own observation, we have legitimized temporary impunity, where you go to an office, you uphold the law, and that is it. Number three, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Senator.
Mr. Speaker.
I gave directions on how we're going to make our comments going forward.
Yes.
The report by the committee is a report of the Senate. You're a senator, and
yes,
therefore you're functus official as far as that report is concerned. You cannot therefore purport to distance yourself from that report. And if that is your line of contribution, kindly take your seat.
Mr. Speaker, I thought comments is part of the opinion. And I'm not blaming anybody, Mr. Speaker. Can I conclude?
Yes.
Can I conclude?
Take your seat. Honorable Chirange, I know you're forcing me to give you a New Year gift. I'll give it to you. I will. I was very clear, and the law is very clear on this matter. When the report has been tabled, the matter ends there. Whether you have misgivings or not, you don't put them before the House, because it is a report of the House. In other words, you cannot criticize your own work. Having said that, can you proceed to utilize your 2 seconds remaining? What is your point of order, Senator Sifuna?
Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker.
Take your seat, Senator Chirange.
Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, on behalf of
Senator Kinyua, can you please?
I'm on a point of order.
You are not on a point of order. He is on a point of order. Senator Sifuna is on a point of order. You are not. No. I said Sifuna. I didn't say Senator Kinyua. So kindly take your seat. What's the point of order?
Mr. Speaker, on behalf of the committee that I served in, I find it terribly insulting
After the hours of work that we've put in, Mr. Speaker, the nation has witnessed how long we've sat in this chamber to be able to go through the evidence, to listen to the parties, to do our research, and the detailed report is before the House, Mr. Speaker. You will be able to see the industry that was put in by this committee. I therefore feel strongly insulted for the senator from Nandi to suggest that we have glossed over any matters that were brought before this particular committee, and he has to withdraw and apologize, Mr. Speaker.
Senator, let me rule on this point of order. Kindly take your seat. Kindly take your seat, Senator. Please. Senator Kinyua, take your seat. Senator Cherangei, I was very clear before I open up space for comments going forward. And we said we are not going back to that report because that report now is a property of the House, including you yourself as the Senator for Nandi. Your statement to the effect that the committee glossed over some issues is unfortunate. And I'm afraid you have to retract and apologize. Failure which I may order you to be out of order and proceed to throw you out. Mr. Cherangei, proceed. And the senator will be heard in silence.
Mr. Speaker, with all due respect, you are the umpire of the Senate. The Constitution gives us a right of opinion and expression. We will not use Senate to gag some of our opinion. We shall not. And I stand by my words, Mr. Speaker, because it is an observation, Mr. Speaker. When members, Mr. Speaker, let me finish. When members were congratulating, we didn't have a problem. When you were being congratulated, we didn't have a problem. We didn't have a problem.
Senator Cherangei, can you take a seat? Can you take your seat, Senator Cherangei? Senator Cherangei, you're not in the market. You speak when you've been allowed to speak. I'm going to repeat myself so that you get me as clear as you can. When this report was laid on the table today, it was laid pursuant to both Section 33 of the County Governments Act and Standing Order 80 of the Senate Standing. If you read it, Standing Order 84, it clearly stipulates on how the Senate the report. It gives two scenarios. If the charges are substantiated, then you proceed, and the senators will have an opportunity to debate the report. And thereafter, when no charge has been substantiated, the standing orders are also very clear that the matter rests at that, and no further proceedings shall be taken insofar as those allegations are concerned. Whether you feel aggrieved, whether you feel the committee did whatever you're saying, that has no space on the floor of the House as far as the law is concerned. You may use another opportunity to air your grievances and your misgivings, but certainly not the floor of the House. So to that extent, you have to retract and apologize. Proceed, Senator Cherangei.
Can I be informed, Mr. Speaker? Yeah, can I be informed? Can I be informed? Right to informed. Relax, I listen to you. Why are you in a hurry? Mr. Speaker, can I be informed? Can I be informed?
Proceed, Senator Chirangai.
But someone wants to inform
Proceed
me.
To retract and apologize.
Mr. Speaker, in your ruling, when you gave us opportunity to make comments, you said anything we make, the comment we make here will not alter or change the course of the decision of the committee. So all these opinions everybody has been raising are personal opinions on what they think. And I've had people commenting about the process, commenting about the chair, commenting about everybody, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, and even others were congratulating the government, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, I cannot be gagged. The Constitution gives a right, each and every Kenyan, right to opinion, right to say who they are, unless the Senate has changed and decided to gag its members from expressing their position. And if anything that we say, Mr. Speaker.
Cover your seat. Senator Chirangai, you're holding your standing orders. Kindly proceed to Standing Order 122, gross disorderly conduct. I have made a ruling. You don't debate my ruling. You don't. Standing Order 122A. 1A states as follows. A senator commits an act of gross disorderly conduct if the senator defies a ruling or direction of the Speaker or chairperson of the committee. That is exactly what you have done. Now, before I give you the consequences of doing so, I'm giving you the last opportunity. Proceed to retract and apologize.
Mr. Speaker, the Constitution is very clear. These standing orders emanates from the Constitution. But the supreme of the Constitution, in the case of Opio and I and others, when they whistled at the floor of the House, Mr. Speaker, the court made its ruling. I am expressing my opinion according to the ruling that you gave, that, Mr. Speaker, you say anything we make here will not have any consequences, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, Mr. Speaker...
Have a seat. Senator Chirangai, have a seat. Have a seat. I will take you to Standing Order 122, 2. And it provides as follows. The Speaker may call a senator whose conduct is grossly disorderly to order and shall order the senator to withdraw immediately from the precincts of Parliament on the first occasion for a maximum of 3 sitting days. This is your first occasion. I order you to withdraw for the remainder of the day. Kindly proceed to withdraw. Senator Mwaruma. Senator Mwaruma.
Asante Mheshimiwa Spika kwa hii fursa umenipa ili kuchangia. Mheshimiwa Spika, ningependa kusema kwamba nashukuru kamati kwa ile kazi walifanya na nashukuru bunge hili kunipa fursa kuingia kwa hiyo kamati. Tuliangalia ule mswada wa kumondoa gavana wa Meru kwa kina na kindani sana. Mheshimiwa Spika, watu wameongea wakasema kwamba labda katika ile sheria ya impeachment tuangalie mambo kadha wa kadha. Ya kwanza ni je, gavana anahitajika kufanya kazi kwa muda gani ili kuwa apewe impeachment ama mswada wa kumuondoa uletwe. Ningependa kusema kwamba mambo ya muda hayana shida, sababu hata siku ya kwanza unaweza fanya makosa ya jinai. Kwa hivyo ule muda ambao inahitajika gavana afanye kazi ili mswada wa kumuondoa uletwe haitakani ubadilishwe, kwa sababu hata siku ya kwanza ama ya pili unaweza fanya makosa yanayohitaji uondolewe. La pili, Mheshimiwa Spika, ule muda wa kuangalia ule mswada wa kumuondoa gavana ni mchache mno. Tulifanya kazi usiku na mchana, na tunatakana tuangalie ile sheria, kwa sababu mapendekezo mengi ya ripoti za impeachment yanaonyesha kwamba inatakikana muda uongezwe. Kwa hivyo tutaangalia huo mswada, hiyo sheria ya 33 ya County Government Act ili ule muda uongezwe. Ya tatu, Mheshimiwa Spika, kumeingia chachu kule katika
Senator Abbas.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, this is House of Records, and I want to put the records straight that one of the senators, Mr. Enoch, has said that my committee, the Committee for Devolution, has delayed in intervening in these issues. Mr. Speaker, we did not delay. We did move first, and we consulted the local leaders, because we need to start with local leaders so this issue can be solved, including our Deputy Speaker, and we were advised that the matter is being handled by the local leaders, and then they will inform us later. And before they completed their consultation, the matter went to court. So we could not intervene matter that is in court again. And since the court ruled in favor of the governor, we do not take seriously that issue now, because it has been finished by the court. And because of that, the second time the matter delay came again, and it moved very fast, Mr. Speaker, sir. With this, I think, information, I want to make the hazard to be corrected. The committee actually had all the efforts made, and therefore, with this, one other thing, I want to also commend the committee, the select committee for the matter, and I want to tell the chairman it was actually a wonderful session. I've been looking through the TV. And one other thing is I want to advise the governor. The governor is here with us that as much as you are right, we need you to consult. Actually, the assembly is a very important institution in your day-to-day management, and without consulting and dialoguing with the assembly, I want to tell my sister that
is out. Honorable Senators, our hour is long spent. I'm going to give two chances to both sides, starting with Senator Mogeni, and then we'll take it from there.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I begin, Mr. Speaker, by thanking the chair of the Select Committee, Dr. Alwale, who deserves honorary recognition as a lawyer by the Law Society of Kenya for the splendid work he did while guiding the committee. Congratulations, Dr. Alwale, with your 9 members. You have done a good job. And as a House, we fully support the contents of your report. Mr. Speaker, speaking to the MCS of the Great County of Meru, Mr. Speaker, men have various talents. And when women pick their husbands, they look at various talents. Mary, beautiful wife of the senator for Kitui, Wambua, picked a journalist, a great man who can use the power of the pen to communicate to people. My wife, Jacqueline, opted for a senior counsel, a celebrated lawyer in this republic. The husband of the governor of Meru chose her husband, who was a talent with the guitar. She is celebrated by many women as a man who can campaign for this great governor of Meru to become a governor. I want to urge the men and women who have been lucky to be elected as MCAs of the great county of Meru to embrace the talent of the first gentleman of the county of Meru and allow this beautiful woman who has broken the glass ceiling by being among the few who have managed to convince voters to elect them as governors to be given an opportunity to serve the people of the great county of Meru. You came to the Senate looking for justice. We have given it to you. Go to the county of Meru and serve the people of the great county of Meru. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Mariam.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. First of all, I congratulate the committee for tiresome work, and which led by...
What is your point of order, Senator Joyce? What is your point of order, Senator Joyce?
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Is it in order for Honorable Kinyua to march to your seat without respecting the seat?
Certainly, Senator Kinyua, you're out of order. You can approach the chair, but you know exactly how to approach the chair. You may proceed to take a seat. Proceed, Senator Mariam.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. I congratulate the committee members led by Dr. Boni Rawale for tiresome work. I was following up the impeachment, and to my opinion, Governor has a second chance. She may be improving her communication with their employees, and also relationship. She must have a good relationship with her employees, with the MCS. So, thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Asante Bwana Spika kwa kunipa fursa hii. Kwanza nataka kupongeza kamati hii kwa sababu Bwana Spika wamefanya kazi nzuri wakiongozwa na Senator Dr. Halwale. Lakini Bwana Spika, kwa sababu sijasoma hii ripoti, kuna maswali niliyokuwa nikijiuliza. Kwanza kabisa, hawa ma MCA, madiwani wote ambao walikuwa wako katika hapo Meru, wote walionekana kuelekea upande moja, Bwana Spika. Nilikuwa nikijiuliza hayo maswali, kwani hata ijapokuwa nimesikia ya kwamba kamati waliongea na wakaambia kwamba governor na wao waweze kushikana, Bwana Spika, ni vizuri kuendelea mbele. Sisi tuweke sheria hapa kwa sababu kazi yetu ni kutunga sheria. Itakuwa ni muda gani mtu governor atakuwa nao ndio aweze kuletwa hapa ili kutibuliwa. Jambo lingine Bwana Spika ambalo ningependa kusema ni ya kwamba kamati ya hapa Seneti, kamati ya ugatuzi imezembea katika kazi yake. Wanaweza kukupatia sababu nyingi, lakini ukweli wa mambo ni huu. Wanapaswa kuwa wametembelea zile county. Nilipokuwa mwenyekiti wa kamati ya ugatuzi, tulitembelea county ya Murang'a na mwenda zake Kabaka, Mungu ilaze roho yake mahali pema peponi. Tukatembea Kisii, tukaenda mpaka Taita Taveta, Bwana Spika. Na haya mambo hangefika hiki kiwango ambacho amefika. Jambo ambalo ningependa tena kusema ni ya kwamba Bwana Spika, Mheshimiwa Senator Cherargei alipokuwa hapa alisema ya kwamba kamati vile alivyofanya kazi hawakufanya vile ambavyo yeye mwenyewe angefikiria angefanya. Bwana Spika, watu wote ambao wanasimama hapa kutoa heko kwa kamati unasema hawa wanafanya vizuri. Lakini Senator Cherargei aliposimama hapa kusema ameona mukshi katika hii kamati vile alivyofanya maneno ni mkamtimua Bwana Spika.
Senator Kinyua.
Mkamtimua.
Senator Kinyua. don't pursue that line of thinking, please. Proceed. You're doing very well, but don't pursue that line.
Okay. Bwana Spika, unajua sisi tujazaliwa na mama moja, baba moja. Pengine fikra zangu na vile ambavyo naangalia maneno ni tofauti, lakini kwa sababu tayari Bwana Spika mimi nakuheshimu na umeniambia niwachane kufuata huo msururu wa maneno, nimewacha. Lakini kile ambacho ningependa kuambia governor ni ya kwamba ungane na viongozi wale wengine waweze kufanya kazi pamoja. Mswahili nasema umoja ni nguvu, utengano ni udhaifu. Mkifanya pamoja na mkiwa pamoja mtatembea mbali, kwa sababu ukitaka kwenda mbali muende mkiwa pamoja. Ukitaka kwenda haraka uende peke yako na utasulubiwa ukiwa peke yako. Asante Bwana Speaker.
Well, Senator Kinyua. So we are going to wind up with the Senator of Meru.
Asante sana Bwana Spika kwa fursa hii, na ningesimama hapa niseme nashukuru bunge hili la Seneti sababu ya kutoka kwa likizo yao ndio wakuje hapa hizo wiki mbili kusikiza masuala ya yale ya Meru. Bwana Spika, niseme hii ni siku kubwa sana ya Meru nikiwa mmoja wao. Na Bwana Spika, yale mambo yote yamejadiliwa katika kamati ya wale maseneti 11 ni mambo yalikuwa wazi kwa taifa nzima, sababu yalikuwa kwa rununu ama kwa TV zetu. Na kwa hivyo ningeomba vile wanakamati, sababu nimekuwa katika vyote vikao, wameshauri viongozi wote, wameshauri gavana wa Meru, ile kamati niliona ilishauri pia MCA wetu, na kwa hivyo yale masuala yako wazi kabisa katika vichwa vyetu tukiwa wa Kenya. Na kwa hivyo ningeomba gavana wangu, sababu ako hapa, tafadhali, sababu umepata fursa nyingine ya kuhudumia watu wa Meru, na kuomba
mabura maku ma thigũkũ nĩ magĩrithie makĩria. Kenerera discounts cia magegania kuma gwa View Sasa na athiriti ayo. Wĩgwatĩre discounts cia nginyagia gĩcunjĩ kĩa 50% harĩ indo itiganĩte kuma Pwani Oil, Unilever na Optica. Hũra *87*5# kana oscan QR code ĩno o rĩu wĩgwatĩre discount yaku na coupon hau. Redeem supermarket-inĩ o yothe ya Naivas na matuka mangĩ marĩa maranyita itemi.
Jamii Pishori Rice ni mucere uremetwo na ubashiriri munene biũ ni aremi imwe kwa imwe kuma Mwea, na mahinda-inĩ maya ma thigũkũ ya Christmas na mwaka mwerũ thogora wa Jamii Pishori Rice ni ũhũrĩtwo ithanwa honge-inĩ ciothe cia Naivas na Quickmart guothe bũrũri-inĩ. Jamii Pishori Rice, where quality begins. Naguo mweri 31 Dithemba tugacemania Jamii Executive Gardens Mwea, mũgithi wa Inoro, na offers mama tũkĩrugũria mwaka. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Ai, soso kaenda kutoka kwa kamosi. Tunge kada na nigu itara mekinyo. Soso.